Hello followers and welcome back to my Minecraft tutorial. This is episode 46 and in today's episode we're going to go and hunt down some Endermen and grab their drops, and their drops are Ender Pearls. So we're going to use these Ender Pearls that they drop and I'm going to show you what they do, and over the next couple of episodes we're going to use them in some different things to track down a stronghold and craft an Ender chest. So it's quite important. Now, you may remember all the way back to episode 3 or 4 when we did combat, I never actually covered how to combat Endermen, and there is a reason for that. A very specific reason, in fact. Endermen are unique in the way that they aggro at you and the way that you attack them, because they are, unlike all the other mobs in the game, 3 blocks tall. They're the only mob that's 3 blocks tall. They spawn in the overworld and their own dimension called the End, and we will get to the End in future episodes, but it won't be for a good while. So before we really get into finding them, I want to show you that a couple of episodes ago I made this sword up. It hasn't got fire aspect on it, which is good, because when hunting Endermen, if you hit them with a fire aspect sword, they set on fire and they teleport away. They do not like fire at all. They also don't like water. If they get pushed into water, they will as well teleport away. So that's something to consider. So we need to go on a hunt and try and find some Endermen. We are on normal mode, so let's try and track some down, and then I'm going to show you how to deal with them effectively. Because they're 3 blocks high, that means that we can deal with them in a specific way, which makes them most of the time not even able to get a hit on you, unlike the other mobs. Now I've got a bit of an issue. I can't find any. I want to get rid of that creeper and you. There we go. So let's see if we can find some. Endermen are thin, slender, black looking, and they have a little glow around them. And their glow is purple, like the glow off a nether portal. Maybe we need to go into somewhere that's a bit darker to find them. Not going to mess around with the creepers today. We're not looking for those. Got a hit off there. I have got decent armour on, it's just the armour that I've been using the past couple of episodes. There we are. Here's an Enderman, right here. There is an Enderman. Now, Endermen are neutral by default. They will not just attack you on sight like the other mobs. But what they will do is, if you look at one, they will become hostile and they will run at you. Now, you can smack them. Oh, hello. No, you're not wanted here. And they make that noise. That's when you know that you've aggroed on them, that they've locked onto you. And you can stand under a 2 block high thing and they will not be able to attack you. However, this guy's stuck down there, so I'm going to have to run away. Try and get him to come up and teleport at me. There we are. Oh, look at that. Overkill achievement. Now, if you try to hit them, they will teleport away. They can be quite tricky to kill. And they can do some damage too, so I wouldn't fight these guys with no armour on. That's a bad idea. No armour, they could be an issue. Now you can always see where the particles are to determine where they are located. So the teleport coordinate, I guess you could call it, their little particle effect, shows which direction they've gone in. Man, I like this sword, I have to say. So this is the way I would usually deal with them. I want to see if I can get him to drop a bit of armour. Use my looting sword on him. Did he? Protection 2, nice. So I've got a looting sword here so that I can get multiple drops. We got 2 ender pearls off that guy. I wouldn't recommend trying to kill them with an iron sword. You really need a diamond one, preferably enchanted, but not enchanted with fire aspect. Any swords with fire aspect, that's a bad idea. That's certainly for sure. In addition to that, you want to consider that you need armour to fight them, definitely iron. Even better if you can get your hands on some diamond armour. You need to have it enchanted. Without any armor, I think they deal 5 hearts of damage per hit. So 2 or 3 hits, you're gonna be dead pretty much. Ooh, nearly had a record. So I'm just fighting mobs now. I want to use my looting sword on you. Get out of here, you. Spider. Get you out of the way. No, he didn't drop anything. He dropped his bow. Still trying to find Endermen though. We'll take their balls. So the only type of armor protection that works against Enderman is normal protection. It won't work against projectile protection as they don't throw projectiles at you. Blast protection won't work because they don't explode. Fire protection won't work because they don't set you on fire. They just cause standard contact damage. So the other way to aggravate Endermen besides looking at them is of course to hit them, then they will aggro on you as well. But I think sometimes it's easier to get into a wide open space where there's no other mobs around and then attack them that way. Lovely, got a spider. It's been quite a bad night for Enderman. I've only seen that one around. I haven't seen any others around, and night time's nearly coming to an end. But that's not a worry though, because I do have a bunch of ender pearls stored up from prior fights when I've been doing stuff off camera. So that's how you fight them. Preferably, if you can, get under a 2-block height and they will not be able to reach you. Unfortunately, I didn't get an opportunity to show you that, how I would have wanted to anyway. But failing that, just attempt to kill them out in the open. They will teleport around you, so be careful of that. Always, if they teleport away, just move around, go in a just circle, and usually you'll see where they're coming out. They don't teleport right behind you usually. And even if they do, you could just turn around and attack them that way. As I say, I would recommend using iron armor, at least that's enchanted, before attacking them, which is why I didn't cover them in the combat episode originally. So that's something to consider as well. Now, they will teleport away in daylight, so that's why you won't see them around. They don't take damage like zombies and skeletons do, but they do teleport away. They don't like the sunlight. See if I can just find one in the early morning sun. But I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, that's how you deal with Enderman. Not too tough if you have armor, but failing that, you could be in trouble. So okay, it's turned into daytime now. Let's go and show you what the ender pearls can do. So, man, we got a lot of bones. So I will probably start using this sword more often at this point. So let's go and take a look. So Endermen also have this unique ability where they can accidentally teleport into your base if they touch water in a cave nearby. So always be on the lookout. These guards that I built a couple of episodes ago, these will not keep Endermen out. They'll keep the creepers out, the zombies and the skeletons out of course, and even the spiders because they'll get trapped under this. But they will not keep Endermen out. Handily, Endermen don't go hostile towards passive mobs or neutral ones like villagers. They only will go hostile to you if you look at them or if you hit them. So that's basically a brief guide to Enderman combat. They're not too hard to deal with. So I have a bunch of ender pearls stored up in my mob chest. I have 11. Mob drop chest, should I say. And ender pearls are unique in one aspect. Unlike all the other mob drops in the game, you can actually use them and they have a direct impact and you can actually do something. Like bones can be used for bone meal, zombie flesh is food, spider eyes are food, string is a crafting ingredient. This one's fairly unique in a sense that if you right click with one in your hand, it throws it and you teleport. Now you'll see that I take a little bit of damage from that. That can be cut down by wearing feather falling boots, and that is an enchantment that you can get on your boots. No matter which tier it is, you can get feather falling. I have some feather falling boots that are golden and broken in there, and that will help reduce the damage by the ender pearls. What many people like to do is when they get to the end realm and they beat the final boss, which we will get to eventually, it won't be straight away, but After that, they tend to build what's called an ender in the end, because the end is just full of endermen. They're everywhere. No other mobs spawn, but they're full of them, and you can collect ender pearls this way by setting up a machine using redstone, which will basically bring them down to one hit. Then you can hit them either with your fist or with a looting sword to get ender pearls, and you can then teleport around. Now, the things to consider with ender pearls is they don't come from spawners. You don't get any enderman spawners in the game. You rely on something which is called natural spawning, and we will talk more about that when we eventually build an ender. I will build one in this series. You might be looking though post episode 100 by the time we do that, because there is a lot of stuff to cover between then and now. So that's how you use ender pearls. They are used in some crafting recipes, well, just one actually, and that is an Eye of Ender. And we will look at the Eye of Ender in the next episode, and that is a key ingredient for locating a stronghold. And we are going to go off and find a stronghold. And the Eye of Ender is also used in crafting blaze rods. Eyes of Ender are also used in crafting ender chests. What I meant to say with blaze rods is the ender pearl and the blaze rod go together, or the blaze powder, to make the Eye of Ender. That's how the crafting recipe works. But we'll talk more about that next time. As I say, this is quite a short, brief episode. I just wanted to give you this introduction to Enderman combat. I would recommend using an enchanted sword. Remember, not fire aspect. This is why I didn't use this one, because they will set on fire and teleport away. If you're not ready for an Enderman fight, then I would recommend using a fire aspect sword, because it will get rid of them if you want to focus on another mob, for example. So, as I say, I would always try and use this method, and you could even extend it out a little bit, so you have like this little battle outpost where you can fight the Enderman from. They will not be able to get to you here at all, because they are 3 blocks high. So they'll just stand here and they'll kind of jump, maybe, and they'll just try and attack you, but you can then smack them from under here, and you can then collect the ender pearls. So, as I say, next time we will craft the Eyes of Ender, and we will track down a stronghold. So to do that, make sure that if you're not following along, that on my world that is, that you collect some blaze rods from the nether, from a nether fortress, obviously from the blazers. Try and find some of those if you can, because we are going to need them. If not, then if you are following along, I do believe I have some at my brewery. So if you want to download this, it's available in the description. You'll be able to grab it from there, and you will have everything that I have, up to and including those ender pearls in that chest. Let me see, do I have any blaze rods? I only have 2. So what's that going to give me? That's going to be 4. So I'm going to have to go and collect a few more blaze rods from the nether. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that, the world download is in the description, where you can grab it from there, and you can have everything that I have. So I thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope to see you next time. I hope you found this episode useful, and next time we will go off in search of that stronghold and we'll craft the Eyes of Ender. So until then, guys, see you later and have a good day.